Hello. Welcome. Can you hear me? And today, what is it today? It's the day that my Orlando Magic get a chance to go into the NBA draft for the first time in a long time. Since the 2004 draft when Dwight Howard was the first overall pick. The man that we thought he was 6'11", but turns out he was 6'9" for the entire span of his career. The man who dominated, the man who made me fall, partially one of the people that made me fall in love with basketball. And now, 18 years later, hopefully I did that correctly, we get to see them go back on the clock. Now, all the reports have been conflicting as all hell, as they're saying Paolo Banchero is now the favorite in terms of the betting odds to go number one. If they take Banchero, I'm not upset. I don't want us to take Chet Holmgren. I'd rather us take Jabari Smith, and that's what I've been, I guess you would say, preaching. And tonight we'll see, as Adrian Wojnarowski put it, that it's basically he firmly believes, and sources around the league firmly believe, that the first three picks will go Jabari, Chet, and Paulo. But of course, smoke screens are arising everywhere, and let's see who has joined us today. Shout out Shay Texan, shout out Matt. Thanks for you boys being here today. I think our man Will Upton, aka Jackson, is still in bed. I sent him 2 texts, so we're gonna carry it right now. So Adam Zigarari, I don't even know. He works for, allegedly. Oh, look at this! Our boy just joined the stream. You just wake up?
Oh yeah, I just woke up about a minute ago. Oh, it's chilly down here. It's draft day.
It is draft day. It is going to be a fantastic day. Also, that just reminded me I should add the tags NBA draft. I forgot. So, did you see all the reports that the Apollo, in terms of betting odds, is the favorite to go number one as of right now?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
do you think of that?
I say let's go. I saw Woj confirmed. I saw Rocket's Twitter. If anyone was up at like 1 a.m. Central Standard Time, there were a lot of people freaking out. There were people freaking out over this. I don't understand what was going on. People actually losing sleep over this, but woke up today to a Woj tweet just pretty much saying, yeah, Jabari Chet Paulo is his predicted 3. I'm going to go with Woj, and I look forward to welcoming Paulo Banchero to the Houston Rock Show.
It is going to be fantastic. I mean, I did say, I'd rather have Jabari Smith because I think he's going to be a two-way version of Rashard Lewis. And apparently someone bought all the odds for Paul to go to 1. What's that mean? Like, I'm not, like I used to be. Does that just mean like someone was an a-hole and just like put a bunch of money on Paulo?
I think so. What's
Interesting.
up, Nat? That Vencho. What wento?
Damn. So it's gonna be a wild, wild night. So we're gonna hop into our mock draft. You got an idea of what? Like, also, wait. Before we do that, DeJounte Murray and Monte Morris. We got to talk about all the rumors that blew up on the internet last night. Were you paying attention to this? So,
No.
okay. And I made a video on it. Supposedly, Spurs Nation and just Spurs fans are supposedly completely all right with DeJounte Murray, and it seems like there's some validity to DeJounte Murray being on the trade block due to the fact that DeJounte Murray's off the court personality allegedly doesn't mesh with the fandom of like the how the culture and the organization is, and even for the fans. This is from like fans commenting on my stuff and just reading online, and he's been there has been discussions of John Collins, DeJounte Murray swap. The Wizards, as you remember, have called for DeJounte Murray, and right now it seems like DeJounte Murray is the most reasonable, not reasonable, but most realistic from what the trade talks have said. It's going to be either the Wizards or the Hawks, because the Hawks want to get a running mate for Trae Young, and DeJounte Murray would be like great. I mean, I don't think it's a perfect fit, but look, it's wild. I think also that this morning the Wizards also said they're interested in Monte Morris, which I've been saying.
Fuck yeah. Dude, why? What does DeJounte Murray like to do? Does he like to just have a good time or something? What's their
Um,
deal?
so he like flips the bird. Okay, let me read you the comments. Someone commented this on my video. Okay,
Will Kai
so
Soto be
suppose
drafted?
uh,
Yes.
like Kai Soto, if he's drafted, he's going to be a second round draft pick, probably to either the Spurs, the Raptors, the Trailblazers. I could see the Rockets, teams that have a history of taking a chance on international players. But the player you should watch, go online right now, Carlo Matikovic. He's from Mega, and that guy might be drafted in the second round. He withdrew his name from the draft, then 1 hour later put his name back in on the deadline.
What the hell?
Okay, isn't that fucking crazy? Carlo Matikovic. Okay, that guy is a beast. We're gonna hop into the mock draft, but let me just find this comment real quick. And God, oh God, my mouth is dry. I took a fat dab this morning, so I'm a little like,
What the fuck?
like I'm a little thirsty right now. And
Oh man. On
dude,
draft day? I guess you
yeah,
need to
dude.
relax a little bit.
I don't know. It puts me on my toes.
Jaden Ivey
Okay.
is a superstar. Superstar. I like
I
it.
gotta find the. Okay, so Spurs watching those Instagrams of DeJounte Murray just like we are. It's just not the Spurs way. All with all that hoochie mama drama and middle fingers posted, and that's the face of your franchise. That was the comment. That was the comment someone like wrote.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that isn't Spurs culture. I'd take that in Houston.
Oh, 100%. I would take that. I think that's like a bullshit reason. Like he's not doing anything wrong. He's not hurting anybody. Like I saw an amazing Instagram of him reconnecting with his father and
Oh.
stuff. But yeah, like it was a good moment. All right, let me pull up the mock draft.
I kind of want to tweet. I was gonna tweet out a bold prediction mock draft, and
Go for it.
well, I think what I'm gonna do here is just fill out like my first five. Because I don't know if you remember in the beginning. I'm not a mocker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not a mocker.
You don't mock draft.
I just don't mock.
I don't mock. The way you're saying it, you make it sound like it. Yeah, I'm making a mockery. Stop mucking around. Okay, so instead of sharing my screen, I took a screenshot of it, and let's see if that's better. Because I didn't know if it looked good last time we did it, so...
Oh, okay.
Oh, this wants me to do like a freaking slideshow. F to the no. Alrighty. Tell me if this is clear. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to zoom in. Is this legible? Everyone tell me if this is legible.
Yeah.
Like, you can see this clear? Because on my screen, it looks horrendous.
I can see it clearly now the rain is gone.
Okay. Either way, so we're going to start off right here. So, for me, this is the opening of my mock draft. I have, obviously, what we've been told right there. And I think it gets interesting at 4, okay? At 4. Shout out Shay Texan and Matt for telling me that it's good. Okay, so right now, when I look at this, I think Jaden Ivey is where it starts to go up. Because Jaden Ivey, everybody knows the hype. They're comparing him to John Morant, John Wall, and what else? Russell Westbrook, I think the other comparisons are to him. And he's a guy that teams are allegedly wanting to trade up. And then we've heard the Kings took Keegan Murray out to dinner. So I don't know right here if you were in these positions, how would your top 10 shape out?
If I was in these positions, how would my top 10 pan out? So what is my mock draft for the first 10? Essentially?
Yeah, go shout out your first 10.
Orlando Magic will be selecting Jabari Smith out of the University of Auburn. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be taking Jaden Ivey from the University of Iowa. No, Purdue. Yeah, that didn't sound right. The Houston Rockets will be taking Paolo Banchero out of Duke. The Sacramento Kings will be selecting Chet Holmgren out of Gonzaga. The Detroit Pistons will be selecting Shadon Sharp the Indiana Pacers will be selecting Benedict Mathurin. Who's next? Portland. Yeah, sure. We'll give him Dyson, and I'm gonna end it there. Wow, you got Sochan at 15.
So okay,
What happened?
Okay, so I love Jeremy Sohan, and I'm a huge Sam Vecini fan. Sam Vecini likes when he gets really hyped on a player, he kind of dick rides the guy and puts him real high. And then I compare Jeremy Sohan to other players, and I love Jeremy Sohan. You know how much I love him. He's from Lubbock, Oklahoma, the panhandle of Oklahoma. He grew up in England, has a British accent, plays for the Polish national team. He's the quintessential definition of a 1 through 5 defender. Yes, the jump shot's questionable. My thing is I don't really see him as a shot creator. I see him as a catch and shoot guy. So my question is he Aaron Gordon, or is he, yeah, that's my thing. Is he Aaron Gordon? That's, is he Aaron Gordon? I get scared, and I got scared, and I'm like, is he Aaron Gordon? This is a guy who could go up higher. I have him going at 15 just because I keep looking. So look, this is the whole thing with my mock draft is that the Kings, the best pick available is Ivy, but Ivy and Tyrese Halliburton have the same agent. Little tidbit right there. So that should tell you. And Halliburton felt like he was done wrong. So Ivy might not want to go to the Kings. So right now, I think number 4 will be traded. And whoever gets the 4th pick will draft Jaden Ivey. I think Keegan Murray will, unless it's the Pistons, Keegan Murray's going to go to the Pistons. And the Pacers, they're in a rebuild. Benedict Mathurin, he's a good guy. He's a month older than Chet Holmgren, but he's played 2 years of college basketball. 3-and-D guy at the very least, but he could become a shot creator, like a two-way wing. And then Portland, if they keep that pick, they take a guy like Dyson Daniels because this would allow Anthony Simons to be the 6th man potentially, and then they can run Dyson Daniels, Damian Lillard, Jeremy Grant, and if they supposedly going to bring back Josip Nurkic. Now Shadon Sharp's falling because he's a guy who went from being outside a top 100 recruit before his senior year to growing like 6 inches or 4 inches, whatever it was, balling out in the Peach Jam, which is just like an AAU circuit tournament, and then hasn't played basketball since then. So is this just one extended period of really good play? And the thing is Sam Vecini, like I told you yesterday, said it best. Is Shadon Sharp closer to an Anthony Edwards player, which I said he has the potential to be like a half a tier lower than Anthony Edwards, or is he a Terrence Ross? When Terrence Ross has made a bunch of money in his career and he's a good player, but
after like 8 points a game,
Terrence Ross isn't that bad of a player.
Yeah, I guess that's fair, but is he? I wouldn't say Terrence Ross has ever been good. Like, ever. Am I mistaken? I don't think I'm mistaken.
Terrence Ross?
Yeah.
He's had some good moments.
Good, yeah.
He's making $10 million plus a year.
Clock's right twice. A broken clock's right twice a day. I mean, I could be wrong. Let me look up some Terrence Ross statistics here, but my guess is he's had 1 year over 15 a game. Let's see here. On his career, he averages a flat 10. There you go.
He's a 40% three-point shooter, and that's what I'm saying. He's a good guy. Terrence Ross. I love
statistically. I don't know. He shot 29% from downtown this past season. He
went from being a guy who was just in the dunk contest to like a legit any contending team would want a Terrence Ross off the bench, maybe even starting.
I'd take him off the bench, but I don't want a 29% three-point shooter starting.
That was just for his career. He's like 40.
It's 36.
Okay, that's still good. That's still good. Right. Okay, let's move out of the top 10. Oh, wait, let's finish up. San Antonio, it looks like they're not going to trade Jokic Poeltl. So, and they need another guy. Like, Johnny Davis can play point guard, shooting guard, and small forward. And he said he's worked out for San Antonio. Ochai Agbaji. It's just, look, AJ Griffin would go higher in this draft if he didn't freaking butcher his knees. and actually showed a willingness to play defense. But, you know, the New York Knicks will take a chance on that because Tom Thibodeau loves that shit.
Man,
And
that worries me so much. AJ Griffin to New York. AJ Griffin in general just worries me.
what about the knees?
Just in general, everything about him just worries me.
So I think 12 is where it starts to get interesting. Ousmane Deng, if you look at the stats, you're going to be like, oh, Sir, why do you have him this high? He wasn't that good. And I go, hey, Ousmane Deng in the last like 14 games of the season averaged like 45% from the field, 36 from three, like 15 points a night, 7 rebounds, 5 assists in the NBL. Okay? I just think I'm going to take that. He's 6'8", okay? And obviously, the low-hanging fruit would be to compare him to Luol Deng, so I'm not going to do that.
I love it.
You know, but he really is like that type of guy, kind of a guy who can develop into. I don't think he'll ever be like he could be an all-star, but he's never going to be a guy who has a super flashy game. He's just going to be one of those forwards who's a plus defender. He can handle the rock. He can, kind of create. He's kind of like your third or fourth option, the guy who can do a little bit of everything, kind of like a Swiss Army knife.
Mm-hmm.
I could see him doing that. Also, the Knicks are going to re-sign Mitchell Robinson, so
they are.
Yeah, and they're not gonna draft a big. It's been said. And my dad just texted me, "Are you happy with the Avalanche overtime win?"
Fuck that. I was not thrilled.
My girlfriend's from Colorado, so
I was not thrilled. I called Colorado a poverty sports state, but he probably wouldn't like that. But I think it's a poverty sports state. So sorry, Colorado.
All right. Okay. That was hockey talk. That was hockey talk for y'all. Now, Jalen Duren with the Hornets, that just screams if Mike D'Antoni does become the head coach, he just screams like, we saw Clint Capella was for Mike D'Antoni when he was on the Rockets, and he'll just be catching all the brick shots that they'll be shooting 50 times a game if Mike D'Antoni comes there. They're not going to be bricking, but you expect that Mike D'Antoni is going to make the Hornets lead the league in three-point attempts. Cavaliers take Jalen Williams. He's a guy who gives them a secondary ball handler who's also, because he was a point guard who grew from 6'2" to 6'6" with 7'2" wingspan. He played in both scrimmages in the combine. Dog, love him. He's going to sneak into the lottery. And this is why I couldn't put, like, Jeremy Sohan there. Like, these guys all have, like, more potential, in my opinion. Like, Jeremy Sohan has great potential. It's just, like, Jeremy Sohan's floor is a lot. Aaron Gordon's a good player, but it's like, Aaron Gordon went, what, 5th overall, 4th overall? Or did he go 3rd?
I don't know. 3 sounds so wrong, but it feels so right.
He was like, he was top 10 pick. I gotta find.
Gordon's a good basketball player. I'd take Aaron Gordon on my basketball team.
I would too, but like, if he was the 4th pick of the draft, and what you have to understand is Aaron Gordon, the reason he went from being almost a 20-point scorer a game to not a 20-point scorer a game when he was on the Nuggets is obviously he's not the second or first option anymore. But B, he kind of got exposed that he's not a shot creator. He was just a good player on a bad team putting up really good stats. And I hate to say that. I hate that argument. I very much hate that argument. I want to give everyone their credit. Everyone their credit. And I'm scared that's Jeremy Sohan. And I think if he goes to a team like the Hornets, he could, with Mike D'Antoni, maybe I flip-flop. He goes at 13, and then Duren goes at 15. But again, they're not gonna. The Hornets aren't keeping both picks. They said they're trading one of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is I struggle with. I hate doing these mocks because there's gonna be so many trades. Like there's gonna be so many trades today that I don't even know if Charlotte's gonna have either one of those players. So. Yeah,
I know. And then I love that I had Malachi Branham, and then I talked to the lead writer and social media correspondent for Valley Sports, Kevin Chenard, yesterday. And if you want to see that interview, it's a 47-minute video, but it's a really good conversation. It's on my YouTube channel. Yeah, I interviewed the lead writer of the Atlanta Hawks official website. Hawks
yesterday?
Yeah, it was a 47-minute conversation with like a 50-year-old man.
So casual.
Yeah, nice. I told you, Because the goal is I'm gonna hit up every beat writer or writer and
Where is
interview
this?
them. It's on my YouTube channel. It's
Mhm.
if you go check it out. It actually has a decent amount of views. Either way, and he agreed. He actually listed Malachi Branham as one of the guys that he wants. Basically, Malachi Branham, I have at the Hawks. I could see the Hawks taking Ty Washington unless they trade for, the whole DeJounte Murray. If they trade for DeJounte Murray, I guess Malachi Branham the Hawks might not have a first round pick in this year's draft. Then the Rockets, Tari Eason. Imagine Tari Eason on the Rockets.
Yeah. I'm all for it. Sign me
I
up.
love that. So, and Tari Eason's somebody that, like, dude, I want him on so many teams. Okay?
Yeah, right.
And he's a guy, yes, I know the question about his shot creation, the right hand dominance. He hates using that left hand. But don't we all? I work on my left so much. But also my friends say I dribble like Bob Cousy. And I get real low. Because, I'm not a strong... No, dribbling, ball handling is, the weakest part of my game. But I'm going to fuck you up with, an up and under.
Nice.
Do you play a lot of go to the rec?
Well, I don't live at school anymore, so no.
Do you? Okay, I play basketball for 2 hours every day.
I would love to. We'd go to my park, and I'd get called Klay Thompson because they're 10-year-old kids, and I make 1 3, and he's white, and it's
he's not white. He's mixed.
Yeah, well, it's close enough. So I like playing. Pickup at school just stressed me out for some reason, waiting for games and dealing with a bunch of dorks and all that.
I went to school outside of Baltimore, and then I also went to juvie. So I played with a lot of people from the city. So it was really rough. Oh yeah, I got expelled from high school for 3 months. I got caught with weed.
You went to juvie?
Yeah, it's
juvenile.
Yeah, for 3 months, an alternative learning center. It's an outsourced juvie. I was with people who were on the box. I knew this shoddy who she stabbed a girl in the leg because the girl threw bleach in her eye at the bus stop. So she stabbed.
What did you do?
I used to skip lunch and smoke weed, and a little nug this big fell in my bag 2 months before weed got decriminalized in Maryland.
And they're just
They expelled me, yeah. I was a GT advanced prep AP student, and they sent me. I had to go meet this vice superintendent Kunkel, and he said he couldn't not give me a punishment, so he expelled me for 3 months, and I was sent to juvie. Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah, and I would go there, and dude, I skipped a whole grade there because.
Is that why you're behind?
Well, I took 2 years off. I took a 2-year sabbatical gap year after I graduated because I graduated high school at 17.
Yeah, because we're same class.
Yeah, and so and I was there. It was really funny because every teacher I'd meet, they'd be like, "You're not supposed to be here." And school went from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. I had to get picked up because I lived so far away. I lived 15 minutes away from the Pennsylvania border and 30 minutes away from Delaware. And they would take me and this was in the inner city. I'd go to Rosedale, and which is off Route 40 in Baltimore, basically right outside Baltimore City. And yeah, it was right next to. So yeah, it was just for and then 2 months later we got decriminalized. So when I came back to my high school after being expelled and I returned, dude, I was such an asshole. I'd be I would do whatever I want. I would leave, and then they would be like, "Cyro, you haven't shown up to class for 2 months." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't need it to graduate." They're like, "You need to go." I'm like, "No," and they're like, "You're gonna get in trouble." I'm like, "What? You're gonna expel me again?" All right. Either way, I digress. Let's get back into the mock draft. Chicago, Mark Williams. So I have Mark Williams going to Chicago because with all the Rudy Gobert talk, it's because they need an actual big man who can play defense. Mark Williams fits the profile. Minnesota, E.J. Little.
Oh, that's all the time we get? Yeah. That's all the time we get?
You want more?
That's it?
Go.
It's my turn. It is my turn. No, I'll take Mark Williams.
Yeah, Mark Williams not a bad pick, and you guys need a big man. This way, you don't have to give up a freaking assets to get yourself Rudy Gobert. You get Rudy Gobert 2.0, Mark
Rudy
Williams.
Gobert is
Actually,
going to Chicago. I don't know if we're talking about this later, but he'll be a Chicago Bull in T minus 15 hours.
and then I have EJ Little going to the Timberwolves. This guy had, what, 2.5 blocks per game at the Ohio State. Oh, shit. They trademarked that. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not even kidding. That's trademarked.
Oh, God. Ohio State. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? They're the Ohio State University.
The
Okay.
Ohio State University.
I got San Antonio taking Ty Washington regardless if they do trade, our man, DeJounte.
Interesting.
Well, their only true backup point guard is Trey Jones. Who wouldn't you want Ty Washington if he fell?
I just don't. Yeah, I just don't. What are they doing? Why? Who the hell wants John Collins for DeJounte Murray? Like,
I think John Collins is super underrated.
for DeJounte Murray?
DeJounte Murray. Have you seen that video of Shannon Sharp?
No.
Shannon Sharp has a video. He goes like, Skip Bayless goes, "Who are you gonna take?" And he like looks at the camera. DeJounte Murray. It's like the funniest Shannon Sharp video ever.
Man, I love Uncle Shay.
So also when I do all my mock drafts, every player I choose, I make sure they worked out for the team. So every single player has worked out for every single team that I have them picked.
Wow.
I know teams do draft players. It's very seldom that they draft players. The Kings are notorious for doing it because teams don't work out for the Kings. Players don't work out for the Kings. So the Kings there's certain teams that have to draft guys without working them out because they refuse to work out for them, and they kind of have to just go like, "Oh, suck it up, we're drafting you." And yeah, so Nikola Jovic, I know Jovic, and I don't know if the Denver Nuggets will do this. I could also see the Spurs taking him, but Nikola Jovic to the Nuggets. They don't have a backup power forward, and this guy can play small forward and power forward. So not only can he back up Aaron Gordon, but he can also back up Michael Porter Jr. That's something that they need, and he can also arguably play shooting guard. So he's a guy who plays like he played shooting guard over in the league. Then Dalen Terry, he's a point guard who's 6'7". He can play 1 through 3, and he's a guy that, in my opinion, with Dalen Terry, what you got, he shot like 37% from 3, and he's a guy that the Memphis Grizzlies just scream perfect. He can replace Tyus Jones, but he can also kind of pick up that Kyle Anderson role. And
He's climbing up your mocks.
Dalen Terry?
He's climbing up the big boards.
He has. He went from being a borderline second-round pick to now a 20s pick. I could see him going in the teens. Yeah, Noah. So there was a take about Paulo, Chet, and 3. I'd be fine with that. I'd be fine. Again, I have said it as an Orlando Magic fan. As long as we don't draft Chet Holmgren, I'm done with the skinny boys. Okay? I don't want any more sticks. And someone's gonna find that. Like, I don't mean that at all ignorant. Like, just lanky people. Someone's gonna like find like Jonathan Isaac, Mo Bamba. They were so skinny, and they've been like. Jonathan Isaac was cool before we paid him. And then my girlfriend just texted me, speed weed she spilled her weed all over herself, allegedly. I don't know. I wish my messages weren't showing up, but I feel like I should acknowledge it. Okay. And then at 23, the Jaden Hardy. If you go on every single mock draft, Jaden Hardy is being selected at 23 if the 76ers keep that pick. But the thing is that the 76ers are dangling the 23rd pick, so I doubt the 76ers take that pick. Blake Wesley, he sucked at the combine, and he sucked his last 5-6 games at college, but they need a backup point guard, and he kind of fits the bill right there.
I don't know why I don't trust Notre Dame players for some reason.
What about Pat Connaughton?
That's my point. I mean, What about Pat Connaughton?
He's kind of a dog.
I know he's a dog, but analytically he's not a dog. So
Is he like a 36% 3-point shooter? He gives you like 10 points a night, a steal and a half, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He's a good like 8th guy off the bench, 7th guy off the bench.
but I
Like
want
West-
stars.
You're not going to find many stars in the back half of the draft unless you're like a Bryce McGowan's, okay? Or Gowins. I think it's Bryce McGowan's. The Heat, he's super skinny at 6'7", 185 pounds. But if you look at a guy like him at 27, the Heat will take him because he plays their brand of basketball, physical. Marjon Beauchamp to the Houston Rockets, he's just perfect right there.
Yeah.
Jake LaRavia, analytically driven type player, perfect fit for the Spurs. Then Caleb Houston, he's literally Kyle Anderson 2.0. Grizzlies are literally the Grizzlies. Yeah, I did. Our logo does look like the
That
Nets
is
logo.
true.
Actually, that was partially why I did it, and I thought it was funny. Watch me get like a cease and desist.
Yeah, right.
From the
Coming for
Brooklyn
our
Nets.
next.
You know what? If they give me a cease and desist, I'm just gonna make it the New Jersey colors.
The New Jersey. What do you mean?
The Brooklyn Nets used to be the New Jersey Nets.
Oh, the New Jersey colors. I see. I thought you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I remember watching the
suck.
Nets, the New Jersey Nets.
Dude, the New Jersey Nets suck. Nobody wanted to play for them at the last couple of years of their like after the Jason Kidd era.
I forget what they win 9 games. I remember that season because I remember watching them play the Bulls and just being like, "How is this?
Well,
how
people
is this
forget-
real?"
People forget how great Brook Lopez was, like in the New Jersey Nets uniform. Because
Dude, Brook Lopez.
he was like a 20-10 guy.
Yeah, that man was nice. He changed
He
his
was-
game completely.
Yeah, dude. People don't realize Brook Lopez wasn't a 3-point shooter. He was like the number 1 pick, like arguably a top 5 center. Like he was doing shit that like Embiid is doing right now.
Yeah, he's a dog. Damn, I need to see more throwback Brook Lopez highlights.
Brook Lopez was a dog. Like Brook Lopez was considered like equal value for a Dwight Howard trade in Dwight Howard's time.
This man's
Walker-
putting up 20. Sorry.
Yeah. What was it? Wasn't he putting up like 25? Walker Kessler going to at 30. So now we go into the second round. Damn.
Max Christie.
Yeah. Max
Oh my
Christie could
God.
actually go in the first round, in my opinion. I think Max Christie as a first round pick would be fine at third. But at 31, I take the Pacers getting Max Christie. Imagine Max Christie with Chris Duarte, and then we had the Pacers drafting. Who was it? Over here, Benedict Mathurin. So Benedict Mathurin, Chris Duarte, Max Christie, Tyrese Halliburton. Okay, Isaiah Jackson, Miles Turner.
I love
Then-
Isaiah Jackson.
Peyton Watson, this guy was terrible, so bad at UCLA, and then he didn't play in the combine. But look, yes, I
Perfect.
just read. Did you see this guy? I feel like
What?
if any team used their picks wisely, like the Timberwolves could have had Steph Curry twice, but we drafted Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio.
Oh, man.
and
Steph Giannis.
So Orlando, Payne Watson, because he's 19 years old and he was a 5-star recruit. Then Toronto, they take the foreign boy, Ismail Kamagate, 6'11", with a 7'3" wingspan, shot blocking. And if they really wanted to, they can tell him, stay one more year in Paris. He helped this team go from being in the second division, and then they got a promotion to the first division, and he kept dominating. Kendall Brown to the Thunder. He just kind of fits their profile. He's a wing, also a power forward, 5-star recruit. He just sucks at shooting, and he's kind of a non-creator. And then Orlando gets Trevor Keels, another guy for Orlando who just fits. They need more shooting guards and wings, in a sense, because we have too many point guards and we're kind of stockpiled in big men. And I just think you can never have enough two-way players. Then
Factual.
the Sacramento Kings. I'm sorry, Wendell Moore, but the Kings need your services. This guy has just developed his game so well. He played 3 years. This year he took on a bigger ball handling role, and he was averaging 5 assists. He's a good 3-point shooter. He can guard 1 through 3, and I think if he puts on some weight, he can probably guard 1 through 4. Then at 38, the Spurs will take Gabriel Procida. This guy is so fast, so athletic, he can jump out the gym. And the white little Italian boy from Bologna. And he's a guy who'll probably be a draft and stash player for the Spurs. He's a 40% three-point shooter, 6'7". He's a similar player in the same vein of Rokas Jokubaitis and Leandro Ballamaro. Rokas Jokubaitis was drafted in the second round by the New York Knicks, and he currently plays for Barcelona. And before that, played for Zalgiris. And then you had Leandro Ballamaro, who actually played for Barcelona before Rokas Jokubaitis. And when Rokas Jokubaitis was drafted and was stashed by the Knicks, he got signed by Barcelona because Leandro Ballamaro was stashed by the Timberwolves for a year. And he came over, and then they replaced him. So all three players, similar vein, these very quick point forward wings more arguably, that are like 6'7", 6'8", good three-point shooters. And I think, he'll be a good player in there. And over to 39, again, do you think the Kings will give up the fourth pick? The Kings are going to, right now, I believe it's 60 to 70% chance the Kings will trade their player for a star player. Shout out Gengar, who's asking that. If you guys have any questions while we run through this mock draft, just comment them down below, and we'll give our takes. Do you think they'll trade the fourth pick, or do you think they keep it?
Keep.
You think they keep it?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I want Desmond Bane, Triple J, and a future first. Otherwise, figure it out. Kick rocks.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that. I honestly wouldn't be mad. I don't think it's going to happen, but I wouldn't be mad. At 39, Josh Minnow. He was really raw at Memphis, but 6'8", hyper athletic, can guard 1 through 4 if he puts on weight, and if he gets that three-point shot, awesome. Ryan Rollins from Toledo. He's a guy who's been climbing up the boards, but I think he stays at the second round. He's kind of a CJ McCollum, Poor's Man's version, the great value store brand version. And I think he could be a good player. He's got a 6'7" wingspan at a 6'4" frame. And then you see Patrick Baldwin. This guy was so bad. He just needs some plyometric training. And I think if he can learn how to jump, he's got such good three-point shooting ability, but he was forced to be a shot creator. And I think the Pelicans are perfect for him because he can come behind Brandon Ingram and Herb Jones. And then Justin Lewis, he's like a 7'2" wingspan to the Knicks. And I think at 42, Justin Lewis screams a Knicks pick. I mean, he'll probably be on a two-way contract.
Oh, my God, damn fucking.
Another spider? He found a spider.
Oh, not again, bro. Where the fuck are you?
Huge spider. Then we got at 43. I'm going to continue. Also, Gagar or Gandahar. They definitely are offering Brooks. It's been literally as soon as the season ended, it was said that Dylan Brooks is somebody that the Grizzlies want. How big was that spider?
It wasn't big. It was just a fast little bitch, dude. I'm telling you, the amount of bugs in this basement is a little absurd. It's a little absurd.
That's how my mom's house is. Hella bugs in the basement.
God damn.
I hate bugs.
Yeah.
But the fact that I'm also willing to move to Florida again, there's just a lot of bugs in Florida.
Yeah, that's something I'm willing to trade off.
And snakes. I hate snakes.
Yeah, I hate snakes, but what are they gonna do? I mean,
I have a phobia of snakes, like a legit phobia of snakes.
The only ones you gotta worry about are the
snakes.
ones that put venom in you. And then you have to pretty much. Well, at that point, you have to kind of just dedicate your whole life to becoming like some type of superhero after that. So it's just a big stressor.
It is a great stressor. At 43, we see the first overtime elite player drafted in Don Barlow, athletic freak, 6'10". He kind of reminds me of like a Blake Griffin type player, a poor man's Blake Griffin. And then at 44, Deron Sebron to the Hawks. They need more wings, and you'd be a good two-way player. The Hornets take Matteo Spagnolo from Vanolia Cremona, and he's a point guard who shoots 40% from three. Stash and draft him. Pistons get Christian Colocu. They've done a good job with second-round big man. He'll challenge Luke Garza for some, minutes. Then the Grizzlies take Jalen Williams to replace whoever they trade or move on. He could be like the next Al Horford at 47. 48, J.D. Davison, two-way contract. Maybe Jordan McLaughlin, Jalen Noel. One of the guards gets traded for the Timberwolves this offseason. Kings take David Roddy. He's been heralded as the next PJ Tucker. So Kings take him. Timberwolves need another, more forwards and small ball fives. Jabari Walker from Colorado fits that bill. Evan Mobley's older brother, Isaiah Mobley, goes to the Warriors. The Pelicans take a stash and draft, and Zigar Samar. He's been heralded as the poor man version of Luka Doncic for the Slovenian team. Then Jared Rodin goes to the Boston Celtics at 53. He's a guy at Seton Hall. He can do a little bit of a Swiss Army role for him. He can learn from Marcus Smart. Christian Brown goes to the Wizards. They need three-point shooting. As a, Rock Chalk Jayhawk baby, as a KU student, I fucking hate Christian Brown. He'll probably go higher in the draft. This is just biasness because I actually think Christian Brown isn't worth a shit as a basketball player.
Oh, wow.
I'd ask, okay, you know what? People would be like, you wouldn't tell him that to his face. I would say it a lot kinder. I'd be like, you'd make a lot more money and you'd be a bigger star if you played overseas. I'd tell him that. I'd honestly, same thing. I have tweeted at Dave McCormick, the starting center of the championship team, like 5 times on Twitter, sending him links to tight ends in the NFL who played basketball. And I was like, I keep sending him. I was like, this could be you. This could be you, Dave McCormick. Give up basketball. Go play a year of football, and you'll literally be a fucking stud. But he hasn't responded.
Makes sense.
Khalifa Diop from Gran Canaria. And Hugo Benson. This guy's going to make a lot more money and get a lot more playing time if he stays overseas. But, maybe the Warriors can do something with him. Then you have Khalifa Diop at 56. Another stash and draft. He's a good shot blocker. He kind of could be like, yeah. At 57, the Trailblazers take Kai Soto. Kai Soto. Mock drafts don't like him. Will he be drafted? Yes. He'll be drafted. I just don't know where because it's hard, man. It's hard to see. But, yeah, I mean, this guy could be arguably a similar player. At the very least, he's Boban Marjanovic 2.0. His ceiling...
Greatest player to ever play.
Siri just turned on.
Perfect.
Right there. Yeah. But I don't know what his ceiling is. People are like Yao Ming.
Luka Doncic.
Yeah, I agree. Jean Patrick Cruz. I agree that I think Kai Soto will be drafted way earlier. It's just I don't know where, and that's why I kind of put him out there. So that is the mock draft. Here we'll go back slowly. Any players you're high on? That just hurt my head so hard, and that took me 40 fucking minutes.
Yeah, no, to be honest, I'm just glad it's over. I don't know anybody on that list. And, yeah.
We're back. God damn. See, mock drafts. Dude, I tell you the other day I recorded my mock draft and my microphone wasn't connected. So there was no audio. So I had to go record it again for 30 minutes.
Oh, man, that's the worst, dude. That doesn't happen too much anymore, but sometimes my phone will be big on storage and I won't notice it. And
you do everything off your phone?
I do every single thing off my phone.
What?
You didn't know that?
No.
I have this right here, and I click fucking record, and I make a video.
What's your microphone?
This thing.
And what do you connect that to? Your phone? What am I
My phone. This setup, I got the ring light too. This setup cost $150, and I got almost 30K. So follow your dreams, folks.
Are you on your computer right now or your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my computer.
Yeah,
if I was on my phone, Jesus. Every time I make a video on my computer, the quality is just shit. I don't know why. It's just not. Like my audio quality for some reason doesn't even sound great like compared to you. So I need to figure out a new mic or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, I bought this bad boy. I love this thing. Even though, I mean, I need to talk more into it because it sounds better if I talk like this. But like,
Mic check. Mic check.
don't you have a Blue Yeti?
Yeah.
You should. You can probably get a cable to connect it to your phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, Jean Patrick Cruz. I don't know if mocks or paying size is just big men are undervalued in the NBA. Like I think John Collins, and I agree with Kevin Schonard. John Collins, if he played in the KG era, John Collins would be like top 3 power forward in the league. John Collins has potentials to be like Anthony Davis good if utilized correctly. And I think just big guys like Kai Soto, John Collins, you see others. You know, Taco Fall would have been the number 1 pick in the 1980s. Are you mad? You don't like
Just
this
disappointed.
Oh, you're disappointed? what do you got to say? Tell me what you got to say.
Well, John Collins without Trae Young's a 15-point per game score if he's lucky.
Wow.
If he's lucky.
Let me tell you a story about a guy.
I'm just the messenger.
You're just the messenger. I don't know, dude. Honestly, when I look at this, I want to hear your guys' thoughts, but I look at this draft and this offseason in general, and I keep saying it if you guys have been watching. The salary cap is gonna jump. The salary cap is gonna jump, and in my opinion, I think with the salary cap going to jump next year, teams aren't looking for this year. They're looking for next year. I mean, everyone's trying to win every year, but I think everyone's trying to put all their dominoes in order to fall for next year.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that explains the Grant and Wood trades.
Because it's all expiring deals. And that's the thing in like, we're seeing even all the guys who are getting re-signed, none of them are getting long-term contracts. Every team is being like, please take a short-term deal. Please take a short-term deal. Take a 1-year or 2-year deal with an option.
Yeah.
And so I think it's interesting. Who do you think is going to be a bust? I hate giving. I'm an optimistic guy. I like this look at, the glass half full, or let's just get a smaller glass so it's a full glass.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just, I think the best, Okay, after that, we'll answer this next question. Who do you think is going to be a bust?
Just real quick, if I had to pick 3 people in the top 15 from your mock draft, I'd go Keegan Murray, Benedict, and then Sohan. If I had to pick busts. I don't know. I don't think Keegan or Benedict will be as good as. I think they'll just be solid role players. So I don't even know if you can classify that as a bust. Sohan, I don't know. I think it depends on where he goes as well. I mean, that's a lot of this stuff depends on where he goes.
Shade on Sharp. I was about to say Shade on Sharp depending on where he goes.
Yeah, I think Detroit wants him. I don't know why. I just got this feeling that Detroit wants him, and I trust Troy Weaver as a GM.
I think if Shade on Sharp goes top 4, that's too early. If Shade on Sharp goes closer to 10, I think that's fine. He won't be a bust. Now, who do I think will dominate this decade? Dude, honestly, I think Paolo Banchero is the guy that I think will, like, day one shock people and give off just kind of... He's not at all the same player as Evan Mobley, but you know how Evan Mobley this past year, we're like, okay, this guy's here to stay for the next 15 years. I think Paolo Banchero could be that guy. I think Jabari Smith. The thing is he's the safest guy. He's gonna come in. He's not the safest guy, but we know what he's gonna be at least. And I think Jabari Smith could be the most consistent, but I think Paolo Banchero could develop into the Anthony Davis level MVP caliber guy. He's the most likely. Besides that, there's no guarantee in this class. Everyone has the top 5 picks all have all-star potential. And then after that, it's kind of like everyone else is going to be a solid starter with maybe if they everything falls the right way, then they could maybe be an all-star. Like Dyson Daniels, if he gets a 3-point shot and that's another guy that he's a freak. He becomes a freak.
If he goes to Toronto, he'll be a star.
Yeah, something like that. But he won't. That's impossible because they don't have a pick till the second round.
They'll trade OG soon.
I don't think they're trading OG.
I think it'll happen.
Contractually speaking, and I don't think they want to trade anybody. It would be Pascal Siakam because he's making like Rudy Gobert money, and you just don't want to be paying someone that much. So I could see him trading Pascal Siakam for a pick and spreading sprinkling the money across a few contracts.
As far as I don't know, did you finish? Go. Domination, I think it'll be Chet if he pans out. I think big men are back. I think big men have been back. I think Jabari Smith will be the most consistent player in the draft for at least 10 years. I think if you want to be sold on Jabari, I'd watch his game against Arkansas. My thing with Jabari and why I don't know if he's a great fit with Houston is because I feel like at Auburn, coaches are interesting. My buddy was talking to me about this. College is interesting because I feel like the coach like pretty much can pick the stars. I feel like Jabari, I don't like him with Jalen Green because I feel like they both just, I don't know. Jabari just worries me on Houston, but if we get him, I'll be ecstatic. I think Banchero will be fine, but he worries me a lot at just being like, especially not on defense, like just like a solid like score, 15-point per game scorer. He kind of worries me. Like if he pans out to be John Collins, I'll be PO'd. And that probably PO'd you. So I mean, I just don't want like a John Collins who can only score when he's getting lobbed.
There's a lot of John Collins slander coming out of you today.
There is. I have a lot of slander for the Hawks. I think that they have.
I'm not even a Hawks fan. I just like the Hawks.
I don't understand. Oh, man, if they're able to get DeJounte Murray, that's like, what the hell is San Antonio doing? I think Atlanta has a lot to figure out, and I think they should spend a season retooling.
So this is my take on all three. So first off, I think Jabari Smith is the best prospect in this draft. And the reason for Jabari Smith being the best prospect in this draft is what he does is he has Michael Porter Jr. and Kevin Durant shooting ability where they can shoot over anyone. He seems like he can be an efficient, effective 20 points per game scorer who's a switchable, versatile defender. He's already shown elite shooting and very good defense as a teenager, and I think at the very least he's a number 2 option, but he seems like he can be a number 1 who can help a team at an impacting level, at a high level, impact winning at a high level. God damn, English is hard. And every time, teams are looking for these big switchable defenders with shooting ability and that guys who can create their own shots, and Jabari is one of those guys. And the thing is the way, that makes him special. He's probably the most competitive person in this draft class. If you hear his conversations, he's so competitive. And I love that. And he's probably in the top 5 percentile in skill and competitiveness, and that's why he kind of is closer to a unicorn than not. And then you see like Chet Holmgren. He's dual threat. The skinniness fears me because he's 200 pounds. Will he be able to get 250? No. And he'll probably put on 25 pounds at most and get to 225. He'll never be able to bang low with Jokic and Embiid, but he is the best anticipation when it comes to rim protection. He could block your shot at one end, start the break, and go coast to coast for a dunk. Okay, he shoots the three ball well. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, he could just be a 3-and-D big who's elite at shooting the 3 ball and blocking the rim, but like he has his weaknesses, but still a really good player. And then you got Paolo Banchero, NBA ready. Mismatch problem. Literally, he's going to be mismatch hunting smaller matchups and be able to still take up bigger matchups on the perimeter. He can shoot the ball deep. He can run, drop. Like, I literally think Paolo Banchero can be the next coming of Anthony Davis, but like in a different skill set. Jabari Smith and Paolo Banchero. That's who I got.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm done. That was my rant. I had some little like quotes I wanted to say. You go. What do you think of this?
We got a chatter in the chat. What do you think Portland will do with the pick they're taking or trading for? Well, my money's on OG. My money is on OG. I don't think they should. I mean, we kind of talked about this yesterday. I talked a lot about this in my video yesterday. I think if you have Dame, I think people underestimate, just judging from making Rocket videos for the last 2 seasons, I think people underestimate how difficult it is to acquire stars, whether it's free agency trades or especially in the draft. So I think if you have a superstar like Damian Lillard, a healthy Damian Lillard even just changes that whole roster as it stands right now. So I'd put all my eggs into the Dame basket and I would go all in and I would trade the 7th pick for anything I
John
can
Collins.
get. Yeah, I would even do that. I think at this point they're probably going to re-sign Nurkic.
Imagine John Collins, Jeremy Grant, Josh Hart, Damian Lillard, Joseph Nurkic, Anthony Simons as your first 6 guys. That's a 6 seed at least.
Well, yeah, what worries me about Portland is if I feel like from Toronto's standpoint, if they're getting rid of OG, they're going to want Josh Hart, or you're at least going to want Nazir Little. I think they'll want Little. And
I could see
Hart.
Nazir Little in the 7th pick for John Collins. Maybe throw in Trendon Watford and a few of your other small and Keon Johnson. Trendon Watford, Keon Johnson, Nazir Little, the 7th pick and one of their bunches of trade exceptions for John Collins.
That would be a lot. That would be money. I mean, I like Nazir Little a lot.
And I think Keon Johnson. Hart. Yeah, and Keon Johnson. And that way they can keep Josh Hart. You give the Hawks a bunch of young guys that they can either trade again, because those are all trade assets. And I think John Collins would be cool. What are you going to say?
You have to, if you're Portland, you have to do something.
You got to go all in.
I think that Jeremy Grant trade was money. I think it was money for both teams. I think it was a picture-perfect-esque trade.
Did you watch Crispy Flakes video? I saw part of it.
Who?
Crispy Flakes video on that.
Fuck no.
Yeah, I don't like him either, but it pops
Isn't
up
that
on my
Pistons
feed.
guy?
Yeah, and it was the most annoying video I've ever. I didn't watch it. I just kind of it was thing, and then he poured half a vodka bottle on himself, and he
I'd rather watch Rusty Buckets for 24 hours straight than watch one Crispy Flakes video. Sorry, Crispy.
Yeah, exactly. But I think they have to make a move and shout out, Tyrus McBrooks, thank you. And
appreciate
Hart and 7 is an overpay. I agree. I think they should trade all their young guys on contracts, trade exception, and 7. Keep Hart. He's a good player. Now, Mr. 81. No
shot. Hell yeah, no shot.
I think we can agree that last year's draft class will probably go down in history as one of the best draft classes in the 21st century.
Even just guys like Ayo Dosunmu, 2nd rounder.
Ayo Dosunmu should have been a 1st-round pick. He was the best college player last year. He was literally so good in Illinois.
I know someone who's had sex with him. No, that was that was Trent Frazier. Never mind. Different Illinois guard. Sorry. Is that not that won't be radio? That won't be radio friendly.
No, you can say that. You can say that on the radio, but that's not relevant to the conversation. But good for whoever did that. Yeah.
True.
The girl I went to prom with, I think Bang Chitty Chitty Bang's bodyguard.
Whoa, that's
man.
Chitty Bang that's a throwback. Oh my god.
My boy, we went to a Kodak Black. I've been to 2 Kodak Black concerts, and Kodak Black hooked up with a girl that my friend was grinding with and was supposed to hook up with that night. And Kodak Black's younger brother came into the crowd and took that girl. Actually, you want to see the tweet he put in? Kodak Black, Baltimore tweet. I got that laugh.
I hate. Oh man, I'm done with concerts, dude. The only concert I'll go to is maybe Joey Badass. Let alone bring a girl to a concert. Kai Soto drafted 4. Oh my god, dude! Could you imagine if Kai Soto was drafted 4? And all like imagine that chat was actually right. Like it's like all these teams are paying these sites to just not have Kai Soto, and Kai Soto goes for number 4 to the Sacramento Kings. I'd lose my mind. I would lose my mind if that happened, sir. The earliest I think he could go is like to my Chicago Bulls at 18, and that is like such a freaking stretch to me. That's like the stretchiest of a stretch. That's like the splits when you can't do the splits.
Dude, I'm hoping he didn't delete this tweet. I've like spent the last minute just looking for this tweet.
Enjoy this elevator music.
Isn't it great? Kai Soto.
Oh, is there actually elevator music playing?
Yeah, it's actually
in the really? Background. Oh my god, there's music in the background.
Yeah, I have music, Jeff.
Oh, nice.
Oh, is it good?
Yeah,
I'm so mad. I'm quiet. So okay. What do you think of Kai Soto and the Chet Holmgren? That's so stupid. Dude, Kai Soto would eat Chet Holmgren alive.
Hey, let's go.
Do you agree with that? Like, Kai Soto is so much bigger than Chet Holmgren weight-wise.
30 mil for Kai Soto, Chet's winning that. Come on, let's be real. 5 years from now, who knows? But I'm not. Yeah, Chet's. I think Chet will be Evan Mobley last year. But yes, Tyrus, I think 30 mil for PJ Tucker is ridiculous. I think that's absolutely just absurd. I think, like, I'd go get a guy like Jayshawn Tate even for just 15 fractions of that.
Yeah, I don't understand this whole, like, what is it? PJ Tucker's having the Nets, the Sixers, the Heat.
Every team, from your
Hawks.
video, every team's interested in PJ Tucker. I think PJ's good, and I stand by my comment that the Bucks never win the championship if PJ Tucker isn't on their roster, but I think that was a certain exception. I think on Miami, I like his fit on Miami, but I think that was a pretty big outlier just from I think PJ Tucker put a lot into that season from Houston.
These 3-year deals for PJ Tucker, he's going to be freaking 40 years old when it ends.
It has to be a team contract. What are they? Yeah, I really don't. It's a pretty big risk.
That's what I'm thinking. And is it worth it?
I don't know. I don't know what they're really doing.
Nor do I.
Maybe they're thinking he's definitely like, what is Tom Brady? I mean, playing till 40.
Don't get me wrong. I'm all for like bringing him in. I'd pay him 1 year, $10 million.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's like an Ndamukong Suh. It's like, let's just get you on for the culture, see what you can do.
Exactly.
I agree, 81. I hope the Lake Show figure something out and get some player. I mean, whole Lakers situation's pretty interesting. I think they should inquire.
They're trying to get something. Go. What do you mean inquire about what?
Anthony Davis.
You think they should?
I think they should inquire.
I am so mad. Kodak Black deleted any tweets before 2021.
Damn.
Yeah. Tough. I know. This tweet was amazing because everyone swears the song Patty Cakes is about this girl because he says my bitch from Bel Air, and the girl that he hooked up with is from Bel Air, Maryland. But there's also Bel Air. Yeah.
Yeah.
But and the album came out a month later.
Wow. That's a really good song also.
Yeah. Patty Cakes.
Yeah.
My bitch from Bel Air. All right, we're done with that. I think they're going to get a second round pick. Second round pick. Also, that concert I went to Kodak Black, the first one I went was when he previewed Tunnel Vision.
Oh, nice.
That's how old that concert was. I love it. That was like 8 years ago. I also saw ASAP Ferg and Playboy Cardi opened for Rob Stone for $25 like
Rob Stone.
9 years ago. Like that's Rob Stone was bigger than ASAP Ferg and Playboy Cardi, so they were the openers for Rob Stone.
That's crazy.
Because it was when Rob Stone.
Anybody in ASAP is
ASAP Ferg was dope. They actually showed up like half of ASAP Marvin. Mr. 81, I'm a Timberwolves, Wizards, and Magic fan. I was born in St. Louis Park, Minnesota. My first jersey ever was a KG jersey. Lived there till I was like 5 or 6. And then lived in Orlando. First game I ever went to was a Magic game versus the Washington Wizards, Dwight Howard versus Gilbert Arenas. Then I moved to the suburbs of Baltimore, and the first year I lived there was the draft lottery when John Wall was drafted. And I was gifted when I was like 8 years old a Michael Jordan Wizards jersey, so I became a Wizards fan. And my dad's a huge Celtics fan.
This is
that Io DeSumo? Oh, 45 Jordan.
It's MJ, baby.
Is it Io DeSumo 24? No, he's 24?
Years old or number?
Number.
Ooh, I couldn't tell you. Good question. I think he's like 0 or 3. I think he's got a single digit, or could be wrong.
I don't know what else we're going to talk about. There hasn't been right now it's relatively quiet for 10:30 in the morning. Okay.
Kevin Durant will get traded soon.
To the Wizards.
Phoenix.
Dude, Kai Soto to the Bulls would be awesome. I would take Kai Soto to the Bulls. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know if that's even a name. I feel like that's more like
kind of looks like a saying.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Looks like
if it is your name, I do apologize for saying that.
It looked like that, like Somewhere Over the Rainbow cover song.
Oh, it does look like their logos.
Like the album cover, right?
Yeah, I see that too. It's a lot smaller. Okay, so Luke Kennard is supposedly being shopped ahead. He's a 44% three-point shooter, and the Cavaliers and Clippers negotiated a Kennard deal last winter, but the Cavs instead landed Caris LeVert. God damn, couldn't speak. Mm-hmm. So Kennard, who turns 26, has 3 years left. 13.7 this year, 14.7 the following year, and 14.7 in the third year, which is an option. Joe Harris is another guy who's on the market who has 2 years left on his deal for $39 million, which means it's about $19.5 million each year, while Duncan Robinson, the third three-point shooter on the market, has the hefty 4-year and $74 million contract that will probably require a first-round pick to move it. I don't know why I spoke like that, but I... Also, my Jew knows. I can say that because I am a Jew, but like, look at this noggin. Look at that. Because you're over here for me. I have like dual monitors going. Camera's right there. That's why I keep looking over here.
By noggin, what you mean? Your nose? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, like.
Is that a long nose?
I've nose? My sisters always make fun of me.
Really?
I mean. It's not anti-Semitic when like it's within the family.
I just see a nose. I mean,
oh, look at you being nose blind. That was such a shit pun.
Oh, it's a good thing you're not a comedian. No, I'm just kidding.
What does Cyro Asseo mean? That's my fucking name.
I thought the same thing until we fucking made a podcast. I didn't even know that was your name. Shows I'm not a loyal viewer. Yeah, what does that mean? Then he said it. This is my name. I'm like, because I remember calling you Cyro.
My name is Cyro. That's not even my full name. If I have my real name is.
I didn't lock in your how to pronounce your name till like halfway through the pod.
I don't know if this is good.
What's his address?
I'm trying to see. Yeah. My name is Cyro. Here.
You look like 44 in that pic.
I do. Oh, I had such long hair.
Oh, that's funny.
Can you see this? My name is
Yeah.
Cyro Asseo Wil Upton. That's not even my full name. My full name is this. Spelled correctly, the DE is lowercase. That's my name. You guys can't say that, and I unless for legal I write it the full way. Asseo Wil Upton. And De Cook, yeah. That's my full name. But I go by Cyro Asseo for anything that isn't legal. And yeah, more you fucking know. All right. Yeah, there you go.
You want to guess what my middle name is?
I don't have one. What do you have?
It's in the sky.
Zeus.
It's on my knee.
Your star?
Yeah, Jackson Star. Because I'm a
Is your mom
superstar, dude.
Are you a hippie? Are
I'm
your
a
parents
superstar.
like...
Just a superstar. It's 2 R's. Just a superstar.
Yeah, my family didn't give me and my sisters any middle names because they're like, you have a long as fuck last name, and that's already a lot to write. Imagine having a middle name. Like my dad's name is Aldo.
Aldo Asseo.
Yeah, my grandfather had a middle name, Otton Stefano. They called him Otto. Yeah, Otton Stefano. Is that Apollo's middle name, Otton?
Apollo Antonono, I think. Yeah.
Chances Houston are trading for John Collins. Has that even been rumored?
It was a big thing of us signing him last offseason. I don't think at all. I think probably 0. Maybe 1, just because 0 is probably impossible, but I'd say 1% chance. I think they're pretty much locked in at getting Paulo, and I think they're still hoping Usman Pon's out, and then you got Alperin. I think they're going to give him a much bigger role this upcoming season. But John Collins, small guy, would be on brand for Houston.
Yo, shout out this
Shout
guy.
out.
Sorry if that is your name. I apologize. Thank you for watching from the Philippines. Shout out.
Yeah, for real.
If you want to let us know how to properly say it, throw the enunciation or the hyphonics down below. Either way, we are wrapping this show up because I have nothing else to discuss. You?
No. It's going to be a busy day. I got a lot of work to do here. Trying to get free by like the afternoon so I could focus on basketball.
1 second. So supposedly, right here, listen to this from Ken Arnovitz. There's the smallest sample size theater. James Wiseman played 69 minutes at Memphis. Darius Garland played 5 games at Vanderbilt. Kyrie played only 11 games at Duke. Shadon Sharpe did not play a single game at Kentucky. One executive said he's been burned by an overly conscious medical staff whose red flags dissuaded him from selecting the first-round prospect. Many feel that the workouts more controlled by agents than ever are overvalued, as is the performance in the NCAA tournament. See Williams, Derek Williams and Johnny Flynn. Combine results can be tantalizing through scouts and execs feel as if the most proper correction on traditional fetish of athleticism. Yell at the same time that some say his basketball IQ is, I don't even know what this fucking statement is saying. This is weird, but seems like there's red flags for him. I'm done though.
Who is this?
Shadon Sharpe. Supposedly there's red flags medically about Shadon Sharpe. Okay.
Why not?
I'll be posting a bunch of content. I think I am going to go live tonight, but I'm just going to put up a camera in the corner and I'm going to make videos on another computer while going live. I don't know. I'm still deciding. I might not. I don't know. I am going to be making a bunch of content. What are you doing today? Go check out his channel. He's got 20 channels. Check every single one out.
You won't be able to find them. I made them untraceable.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why? So people don't know it's the same person?
No, I'm just I'm still just conquering YouTube, and when it hits mass media, it'll be fun still, but it won't be as cool being like I'm like, as far as I'm concerned, I'm changing the game and I'm conquering YouTube. So I think it's kind of cool that no one knows it. It feels very innovative.
I mean, it certainly is.
I don't need the as long as checks are getting cashed, rent's getting paid, food's on the table. I'm all good promoting the NBA show every couple of videos on my football channel, every couple of videos, and yeah. Oh, but I'll be live at about 6 p.m. Central Standard Time until the Rockets make their selection, and then I'll be
okay.
making my vids. Yeah.
There's he, and yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I definitely will be making videos for basically every selection until my brain starts to hurt. Yeah, aren't you a full-time YouTuber as of right now?
I'm a man of many talents, but I guess so. I put more time into golf, but I got a busy golf day, so I got to figure this shit out so I can make some vids.
Yeah. So go check out all his channel. I have this channel. Well, this is really our channel. I do need to give you the passwords and all that shit.
I was wondering how many watch hours we have in total. If you know what off the top of your head.
I think it's over 100.
Oh, jeez. It's brutal.
It's just, let's one second. Let's look. Let me switch.
100. I was thinking like a freaking 1,000.
We probably do. We have 222 subscribers.
That Kai Soto video should.
Oh, dude, we have 422 hours of watch time. 8.5 thousand views.
I'll take it. The pod's really been doing well this last couple episodes.
Yeah, we need a.
I don't want to push my promotion so hard that it like becomes
annoying.
Yeah, like annoying, or it just doesn't seem like that big of a That's why I'm working on this YouTube dynasty so I can plug them in the videos as like almost an advertisement.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been just doing at the end of every video, just saying go to the link in the description, because I'm like about 30% of my viewers watch to the end, so.
Bummer.
Yeah, I know. I was surprised by that the other day, and I was like, damn.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were talking about that. You used to just all right, dude. Or just not even see it. Just all right.
Yeah, like sometimes I just go like, "Up, this is the end of the video. Go fuck yourselves."
Yeah.
But yeah, I do need to clip this. I need to clip these videos. We'll clip
Kai Soto.
Yeah, we'll clip Kai Soto. Okay,
and the Raptors.
Go check out my NFL channel. We're almost at 100 subs. Video.
Yes,
It's actually growing. We're growing. Cyro NFL is growing. Okay,
Yes,
goodbye,
sir.
boys. I'm gonna throw up the. See ya.
Look at my bloody finger.
Goodbye, boys and girls. If you're watching, I don't know.